Bienvenidos, I am Dr. Mario and I want to give you a warm welcome to Health, Spice and Life Show. And this is a special segment that I like to do within El Cafecito Corner, which is called Zoom, Zoom, Zoom in Our Hemisphere. And if you haven't heard that again, I will do it for you. Zoom, Zoom, Zoom in Our Hemisphere. Well, every time that we start this segment, as you probably know, and if you haven't, the warmest of welcomes to you and welcome to our community here of Health, Spice and Life Show with Dr. Mario. And I love to start these segments with my special drink. And if you already have seen it, you know that I love espresso. So whatever you may be drinking right now, whether it's coffee, whether it's tea, whether it's some juice, or if you don't have anything, it could be water, I will invite you to grab something so you can join me so that we can celebrate this special intimate moment here of El Cafecito Corner, so that it's you and me and we just have this conversation. As you probably have heard me say before, I love doing these. I'm in my home, I'm not in a fancy studio, but it's actually very special to me, perhaps even more so because I am welcoming you to my home and we're just in this comfortable place that we can have this conversation. So whatever you may actually have as your drink, I'm gonna say, as I always say to you, a tu salud. That is so nice. I love that. This particular coffee that I'm drinking is from Guatemala, and it's a very mild, kind of like a white chocolate sort of flavor to it. And I drank this earlier today, and it almost has little hints of almost like orange. It's a really nice flavor, not very heavy this part of the day. It's in the middle of the day right now here where I live in Colorado. So it's kind of nice to have that. It doesn't feel like you just woke up and you just want it to be punched. But anyways, I hope you're enjoying your drink as much as I'm enjoying having mine here at El Cafecito Corner. And I love this particular segment of the show because if you haven't heard it before, Zoom, Zoom, Zoom in Our Hemisphere is about a virtual travel. It's a virtual trip. So today I'm going to invite you to join me so we do that. But let me tell you a little bit about what exactly is this segment about and where are we going to go today. If I were to ask you a question, think about this for a second. What is the most romantic city in the world? You're probably thinking, well, Dr. Mario, that's easy. Just walking through the streets of Paris. Well, what if I were to tell you that it's not Paris? And then you were to say, well, maybe it's the streets of Rome, and you're just going through this, narrow little streets, and maybe you're going to go with, in the company of somebody you love, and you're going to have a little espresso, or maybe a cappuccino, something like that, or maybe go by the Fontana de Trevi, the Trevi Fountain, so famous and been in so many movies. And I were to tell you, no. And then maybe you say, well, maybe, I don't know, let's just go to the United States, and we'll go to the city of San Francisco, maybe New York. And I were to say, sorry, your chances are over. Well, what if I were to tell you that perhaps the most romantic city in the world, it's none of those, and it's actually called Pichincha, and it's located in the South American country of Ecuador. And you're probably thinking, what? The name of the place is Pichincha. P-I-C-H-I-N-C-H-A, Pichincha. Pichincha is a region that is just north of Quito, which is the capital of Ecuador, which is, as I mentioned, one of the South American countries. And this area is very famous. And I will tell you why in a second. So right now, I want you to close your eyes, put your clothes on, take your luggage, open your eyes, and now we're gonna go Zoom, zoom, zoom in our hemisphere. And if you haven't heard that, we're going to do it again. I just love that. Zoom, zoom, zoom in our hemisphere. It's a little corny, perhaps, but I love it because it just gets in that traveling sort of mindset. Well, let me tell you, Pichincha is perhaps the most romantic place in the world, as I like to think of it, because that area produces the largest concentration of red roses anywhere in the world. And as you know, red roses are such a symbol of love, of passion, of that heat that we have inside of us, particularly if you're Latino like me, and obviously you're probably watching this, and if you're not Latino, you probably feel that passion. Many people ask us, what is it about Latinos that make you guys the way you are? Well, that passion, that red heart, that just strong set of emotions that we carry inside of us. So I figured in this particular month, we're celebrating the Red Rose National Day. So it was a great opportunity, and it is a great opportunity to be able to get on our virtual plane and zoom in our hemisphere so we can get down to Ecuador. You see, Pichincha, as I was mentioning, it's located in the northern mountains just north of Quito, which is the capital of Ecuador, and the elevation is roughly around 10,000 feet of elevation, where all these different plantations of different flowers, among them roses, are cultivated throughout the year and then exported to all parts of the world. So if you didn't know that, now you know that these red roses come from a very, very special place. As a matter of fact, when I was looking at this, and people were asking me, because I did a little clip, is this anything related to you being on The Bachelor? Well, actually has nothing to do with me having received a rose from The Bachelor, the TV show, but rather, let's think about this for a second. What a delicate thing roses are. It's amazing. Not only their texture, if you look at how the petals, they just have one side looks in a different way from the back side of it. Not only that, it invokes so many images. All the senses are completely activated by that, whether you're touching, whether you're looking at it, whether you're smelling it. It just so many images come to our minds. And besides the fact that it's a national symbol, or international symbol, I should say, of love anywhere you may be in the world. We think about St. Valentine's, for example, or very special moments where people are in love with each other, getting married, a moment where there is reconciliation taking place, or simply somebody wants to express their love for the other. Roses are such a universal symbol of that. They embody that. But it's not just the red ones, right? I mean, there's so many different colors that we have access to. And no matter what the color is, there's something about roses that activates the senses, and it connects with those images of passion, of love, of tenderness, of being gentle, being kind, of giving, of lifting somebody up in their worst moments. So since we're celebrating in this month the Red Roses National Month and Day, and if you've been watching my shows, you know that I always like to have this moment where we need to get inspired and just have a moment that we feel better, because we've been having this exchange and having this intimate moment with each other in the different segments of El Cafecito Corner. So today, as it is the case with most of those days and segments, I'm going to be calling you for something in particular. And that's going to be, I want you to pick just one person. We don't need to go crazy about this, but let's take advantage of the fact that we have this Red Roses National Day, and we're celebrating it this month. And I'm going to invite you to think about one person in your life that is either very meaningful to you, or you want that person to be super meaningful to you. And we're going to take this opportunity of this celebration so that you can get some roses and use that for that person. So think about who that person is. And hey, let's just share it here in the community. Dr. Mario, I am writing from Quito, Ecuador, or I'm actually writing from Pichincha, I'm watching you from right now. And thank you so much for this reminder of whatever, the roses and so on. And I want to say, I have this person in my life, Maria, who I just love or adore, or I would love to be closer to, or Maria is going through a difficult moment in her life. And I would like to use this opportunity of the red roses to reach out, to just give meaning to that moment, to lift her up and let her know how much I care about her. So whoever that is, let us know, share it with us here in the community so we can celebrate those people wherever you may be in the world, whether it's Venezuela, Ecuador, Argentina, whether it's France, Italy, it doesn't matter. This is part of this Health, Spice, and Life community. You may be watching from Germany, the people in Germany, they love watching the show as well. So wherever you may be, just let us know. If this is the first time that you're watching the show, welcome to it once again. Let us know where you're from and so on. But more importantly, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel or to Facebook, or maybe you're watching on Instagram. Let us know where you're at. We'd love to connect with you and see how the segments are being liked by you and how this is changing your life. Lastly, I'm going to invite you to share this segment with 5 people, because they may not know that this region of Pichincha in Ecuador is the largest producer of red roses in the world. How romantic is that? I absolutely love it. If you're from Ecuador, let us know that you're watching this. If you're from Pichincha, please share with us here a little more about your city of origin and the things that make it such a special place. Every time that I finish the segments that I do here at the Health, Spice and Life show and El Rincón del Cafecito, or El Cafecito Corner if you're watching in English, I always like to say the following thing. So today, I'm going to use a rose that I'm gifting to you and saying the following: from my heart to your heart. I am Dr. Mario saying to you, a tu salud. See you next time.